Hey everybody, it's Ryan. Welcome back to How Farms Work. Today we are down at the valley and we are going to be baling the hay that we cut in our previous video. As you may be able to see, we have the John Deere 8235R behind me, and we have seen the return of the KUHN VB 560. What makes this baler a cut above the rest is that it's actually got cutting knives in it. And what that allows the baler to do is to cut the material up. It allows it to make a much more dense bale. And I want to see that in person. So KUHN actually sent down a bale buggy that is going to allow us to measure the weight of an individual bale. So what I want to see is what the weight difference is going to be between those cut and uncut bales. So what we're going to do today is some of the bales that I make, I'm going to pull the knives out, which I can do hydraulically from in the cab. And we're going to mark which bales those are so that when we haul them in, we can put them on the bale buggy and we can see what the weight difference is. But what do you say we hop in the tractor, make our first bale? I want to hop out and see what our moisture is doing. The hay that we make in this video is going to be dry. I actually made my fourth cut with this baler already, but that footage isn't going to come out until this winter because I want to do a feed loss test with the bales that are cut versus uncut. But we'll see that when the time comes. What we've seen in the past with this baler has convinced me that having knives in your baler makes a huge difference in the quality of the bale. By cutting the material up, you're allowing to fit more material in the bale. And by doing this, especially with this bale buggy, we're gonna have a look to see how much more material we can fit. And there are economical benefits to this as well, because if you're gonna be wrapping your bales, every layer of plastic that you put on is money that you're spending. So by fitting more material into a bale, what you're doing is that you're going to be allowing yourself to use less plastic. There's going to be fewer bales out in the field that you're going to have to go out and pick up to transport. And I really think that it makes a difference feed quality wise, because by using the knives, you're increasing the palatability of the feed. So the cows, in theory, which we're going to test this out, should eat more of the material. So we're going to cut this stuff up today. We're going to make a couple bales. I'm going to hop out, check the moisture, and make sure that everything's working good. It should be. We already used this a couple days ago and it worked great for the silage bales that I made, and I'm really excited to open that tube up. So what do you say we get started? Today we're going to be making 64-inch bales. We're going to be putting 4 layers of wrap on these. Most of these bales are probably going to be fed out, unlike what we made of first cutting down here, which is going to be sold. So we're going to be using these bales on the farm. And since we're going to be moving them so many times, we want to put more layers of wrap on them to make sure that they hold together better, and for the length of time that they sit outside. By putting more layers of net wrap on, you're actually going to shed more rain or snow when the bales are sitting outside. Now this is why I get excited. Which of these 2 bales do you think the KUHN VB 560 made? The answer? Both of them. We just won't show that one back there from our baler. Seriously, look at this. So I made 2 bales so far and dumped them out right next to each other. So which do you think of these 2 bales is the cut bale and which one is the uncut? This is the uncut bale. That is the cut bale. And then we have the bale from our baler, which is still a really nice bale. Just not nearly quite this nice. Look at the edges on these things, man. So let's go ahead and test the moisture quick. 12.4. Cool. These 2 are the bales that we're going to be weighing towards the end of this video, so stay tuned. Now, in order to weigh these 2, I need to make sure that we know which are which. So this is going to be the UC bale for uncut. This one's going to be the C bale for cut. We got a bit of rain last night, but doesn't seem to have affected the bales any. The ground itself is, honestly, is seemingly dry. Underneath it's still a little bit wet, but the bales are dry to the touch. Now that we've got our base, we're going to measure the cut bale. Yeah, it's a little bit heavier. What was the last measurement? 1420. 1420. So what's the difference? This cut bale clocked in at 1,680 pounds. That is a difference of 260 pounds more per bale, which would result in about 15 and a half fewer bales if we were to make 100 bales. Now, personally, I made over 300 bales and that I had wrapped this year. If I were to use this baler across all of our material, I would have to make 46 and a half fewer bales because we would be able to cram more material into those bales, which, assuming we had a cost of $8 per bale to wrap, that would be $376 that I would save every year just on those 300 bales, which we end up actually making a lot more than that, but those are just the bales that I make. We were going to compare the weights between the KUHN baler and the Jane Doe baler, but unfortunately the Jane Doe bales were made a little bit larger, so it wouldn't be fair to compare the two. They're both supposed to be 64 inches, but just looking at them you can tell that they're different sizes.
68.
That is a 6-foot bale right there. These are 4 inches larger. This bale is 72 inches compared to these ones, which are 68. So it wouldn't be fair to compare, although what you can compare is if you walk up to the face of them and Hannah puts her hand into the other bale. All right.
I could keep going a little farther if I wanted to, and if you come down here, oh, that's where you stick the tine.
Yeah.
But like, it's way compacted. Yeah. That one is just so loose. Yeah.
So that right there is why we did not compare the difference between the KUHN baler and the Jane Doe baler. It's because it wouldn't be fair. Differences in size. They were both supposed to be 64 inches, and measuring them across, I came up with 68 on the KUHN baler, which the way we measured them, at this point they could be squatting a little bit, and that could be why they're flexing out. But that would be affecting the other bale as well, and that one was 72 inches. So more material and a larger bale, really can't compare those two.
So that concludes the test of cut and uncut bales with the KUHN baler. We hope you guys learned something. We did. The cut bales are much more efficient, and this little bale scale is going to stick around until the KUHN baler goes back, so we'll have it for the fodder bales, and we'll weigh some fodder bales and see how much they weigh.
See what the difference is between the cut and uncut fodder.
It'll be nice.
So with that, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out all of our other videos. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. All How Farms Work. And with that,
We'll see you next time.